Hey you guys, happy Friday. I hope you guys had an amazing week. If you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments with #replay. And if you're watching now, say hey like always, drop a GIF, drop an emoji, drop whatever, make me laugh. I love when you guys chat with me on live streams. So today I wanted to talk about the concept of becoming searchable online. And I'm just going to get right into it because I don't feel like fluffing today. And I don't fluff at all in my live streams, but today I really don't feel like fluffing. So this really struck me today when I actually, I already knew this, but I was trying to frame it in a way where you guys would really understand. So the topic of this live stream is if no one can search for you, no one is going to be able to find you. Okay? So let that sink in for a second. If no one can search for you, no one will be able to find you. So what does that mean? That means that if you are using social media marketing for your business, which I know you are because you're on social media and you're watching this live stream, okay? When you use social media marketing for your business, you're either treating it like an automated washer and dryer or a washboard where you're manually washing clothes. So for example, you have to sweat for your time and your efforts in order to see a result, or you can push a button and let it be automated for you. So like I said, let's use a washer and dryer example. So you can pick or choose, okay? So on time sensitive platforms, you are using a washboard, okay? You're taking your t-shirt, you're taking the washboard, you're taking the soap, the water, and you're manually scrubbing your t-shirt up and down to clean it, okay? You're doing that, and then you gotta go and you gotta hang it on the, air dryer or whatever, and then let it dry. So that's time sensitive platforms. So if you were to use an automated washer and dryer, all you have to do is throw your clothes in the washer and dryer, press a button because you're inputting what you want the washer and dryer to do, and then you let it go. It's on autopilot and it cleans your clothes for you, right? So using that is like using a search engine. Because when you use a search engine, you are manually inputting keywords that other people search for. So you're allowing the search engine to work as your 24/7 marketing employee. Now, if you're using time-sensitive platforms like Instagram and Facebook, you literally have to put in the work real time in order to see the return on your investment. Because once you post on Instagram or Facebook, the clock is ticking, okay? And you don't have a lot of time. You do not have a lot of time to get likes. You don't have a lot of time to get comments. You don't have a lot of time for engagement. Because if you don't get engagement as soon as you show up on those platforms, your post is dead. And not on top of that, it is unsearchable. Your content is unsearchable on Facebook and Instagram, okay? So, when you post on search engines, if you have a blog, YouTube, podcasting, or Pinterest, keywords are how you become searchable on a search engine, okay? So what that means is when you start utilizing keywords, that's like the automated washer example. You're pressing the button, you throw your clothes in, you press the buttons are like keywords on the search engine. You're like, okay, need this keyword, long tail keyword here, and then you press done, and then you let it go. And what happens? That process is automated. It works for you while you're not actively working, okay? But if you're on time-sensitive platforms like Instagram and Facebook, the second you press submit, you're washing your clothes on that washboard, okay? You're manually doing it. Because if you don't keep that engagement alive when somebody else comments, if you don't have anyone engaging for you, your post is dead. And on top of that, it's unsearchable. So what all of this means is, I wrote the question down because I knew I was going to forget it today. Okay, if no one can search for you, no one can find you. So you might think that you're doing all of this amazing work on Instagram and Facebook, which you probably are, but the fact of the matter is that your content is not searchable. So you are literally trying to build a brand on platforms that if they went poof, it's kind of like Vine and MySpace. Like when they were gone, they're gone. They're not coming back. And all that effort that you took to build on those platforms is going to be non-existent. But if you post on search engines, your content is on the search, okay? Your website builds credibility from backlinks on SEO. Your website and your pictures and everything that you post on a search engine becomes searchable, okay? So what that means is when you post your content onto a search engine, your content becomes searchable. Search engine searchable, okay? And that is how the search engine can always work in your favor. Because if you use keywords that are related to your business, you are going to come up on the search engine. Okay, so for example, if somebody searches female online business coaches and you are not posting on any sort of search engine and no one is clicking on your website, do you really think you are going to pop up as one of on the first page of Google? No. Even if you post every single day on Instagram and Facebook, you're not going to show up. Your content is not going to show up because Instagram and Facebook are not search engines. I'm just going to see what you guys are saying. Richie says, great point and analogy. I'm glad that you love that, Richie. Okay. So Todd says, hi, Kylie. It's easy for me to see your lives because I see them when I start thinking about breaking for lunch. I love our little lunchtime chats. Oh, I'm glad you love them. And I love when you guys chat with me too. I hate like talking to myself. Always let me know if this makes sense and always let me know if you guys have any questions with what I'm talking about. So, again, I wrote it down on my parking ticket. I wrote the question down on the parking ticket that I got yesterday when I was parked outside with the pizza guy. So he probably called the freaking PPA on me and got me this parking ticket. So I wrote the question on my parking ticket. And and I wrote, if no one can search for you, no one can find you. So what that means is if you only post on Instagram and Facebook, your content is not searchable. Okay, so when people go and they want to search for the solution to their problem, do you guys see how when I say search engine and search, they're like linked together? So when I say when no one can search for you, no one can find you. People go to Google to look for Facebook, but people don't go to Facebook to look for Google, okay? So when people go on Google, they are searching for the solution to their problem. They are searching for online business coaches. They are searching for online marketing entrepreneurs. They are looking for social media marketing consultants. They are searching for how to grow their Instagram following. And if you are not placing your content onto a search engine, your content is not searchable. Therefore, your ideal client is not going to be able to find you. Now, if you're posting on Instagram and Facebook, you can continue doing that while you are posting your content onto a search engine. But if you are only relying on Instagram and Facebook for your marketing strategy, you're going to have a very hard time becoming searchable into a search engine for new leads to find you unless you are paying for advertising. Okay? So, I related this, so the analogy that I use for search engines versus time-sensitive platforms is kind of like a washing machine, okay? All of you guys hopefully have one if you're watching. A washing machine, an automated washer and dryer versus a washboard, okay? In order to get the result on the washboard, in order to get the clean shirt, you're gonna have to be scrubbing, you're gonna have to scrub for it. You're gonna be scrubbing for 15 minutes, okay? Which makes sense because that's how long your Instagram and Facebook posts last in the algorithm. You're scrubbing on that washboard, okay? In order to get that result, you have to do it. You have to scrub because there's no automation whatsoever, okay? If you're putting your clothes in the washer and dryer, you throw it in there, you input the buttons, you're like, okay, I want like a light cycle with a high spin, with the warm water, like I want all those things, which are keywords. It's like inputting into the system, like I want the warm water, whites only, this, that, press done, and then it's spinning. It spins for an hour, it spins, but your stuff on the search engine actually lasts for years. But for this example, when you push in the buttons on the washer and dryer, it's automated. It's keywords. You're telling the search engine what keywords that people are searching for. So so when you post onto a search engine, you input keywords that people search for, okay? So when you press submit on your post, you let the search engine work as your passive marketing employee, because when somebody else, aka your ideal client, is searching for the solution to their problem and you come up as the answer, guess what they're going to do? Now they're going to be in your circle, and you could be sleeping. You could be surfing. You could literally be working out. You could be having dinner with your family. You could be doing whatever the fuck you want to be doing, okay? But the fact that you the fact that you place your efforts onto a search engine means that your content lives forever and people can search for it whenever they want. Now, that's all automated and it's free and it doesn't matter how many followers you have and it doesn't matter what you look like, because people care more about the solution to their problem than about you, okay? They don't need to see your naked bikini pictures on Instagram in order to get like a couple likes, okay? That don't even transfer into sales. They don't need to see you like cliff jumping off of like the highest mountain or whatever to get attention, okay? They want the solution to their problem fast. And they get it fast from a search engine. They don't get it by scrolling through quotes and GIFs and memes on Facebook and Instagram, unless it's by chance, where it's like they're scrolling and they're like, oh yeah, like I remember that was my question from like a couple days ago. Like I get that, but that is like by chance, okay? Do you want your marketing to be by chance, or do you want it to be automated where it's 24/7, go, 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 whoever has a question that I have the answer to, they are going to be led to it because I took the time to input my content onto a search engine where they are searching for my keywords, okay? So, again, back to the manual versus automated. When you have, I was going to say this before too, when you have a window, okay? All I have to do is push the button and the window goes down. Or I could have a manual car where I'm rolling the window so it goes up and down, where I have to consistently be there, okay? Which one would you rather do? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so Tammy says, how do you post for a search engine? That's a great question. So I recommend 4 search engines that are also social media websites. You can start a blog. You can have a YouTube channel. You can start a podcast, and you can have a Pinterest account. Those are all searchable search engines. I was going to say searchable. I don't even know what I was saying. Those are all search engine social media websites. So when you use all of those 4 types of search engines, you have to search for something in order to get your answer. So for example, if you went on like Apple Podcasts or whatever, you are searching, it doesn't like show your feed based on an algorithm. You go there and like, yeah, you can subscribe to your favorite channels or whatever, but if you're searching for something specific, like a marketing podcast, if you're searching for, you know, a mindset podcast, you type it in, like you're typing in marketing podcasts, and then the guided search will show you your options, okay? Same with Pinterest. When you go to Pinterest, you're typing in the search bar an idea, an inspiration, what you want to buy, or how to do something. So you're typing in how to ... And then when you use the Pinterest guided search, it'll bring up options into pins that will lead you somewhere else on the internet. So if you use a blog, all of your website links go on the search engine. So you can start blogging. And then the last one, YouTube. Oh, I didn't say YouTube. Did I? YouTube. So when you use YouTube, YouTube is owned by Google. So it's all search related as well. So when you use YouTube, you put your content onto a video and you use search, SEO, in your descriptions. And then when people go to YouTube, or if they go to Google and they search for the solution to their problem and they want to watch a video, they will go to YouTube. So which one is the best? That is dependent upon how you like to deliver content. They're all amazing, okay? Now, if you're an introvert, you're going to use Pinterest and you're going to use blogging because you don't have to show your face. You don't have to talk about yourself. You just provide the value online. You don't have to show up on live video. You don't have to, you know, show any pictures of yourself. You just talk about your content, and then people are led to it through Pinterest and blogging. If you like speaking, but maybe you're insecure about like what you look like, or you don't want to care about that, and you just want to deliver your value, then podcasts are amazing for you. And for YouTube, that's like everything tied together. It's like you gotta like live streaming, you gotta like being on video, and yeah, you could do PowerPoint slides on YouTube, and you can do that as well, so you don't have to show up on YouTube. But it's more so like for YouTube, you kind of want to have your face there because people are falling in love with the attractive character. So YouTube is probably the better one for extroverts, and you can also like disperse more from video. That's why I love going on live streams, because I plan on repurposing all of my live streams onto my new YouTube channel, which is coming this week. And then I can also extract the audio from these live streams and make it into a podcast, which is what I also plan on doing. So those are probably better options for extroverts. But if you're an introvert and you have like anxiety about going on camera, you don't like, you know, being salesy or sleazy or whatever, then Pinterest is amazing for you, because Pinterest is an automated online billboard for your business. It is a clickable picture, okay? People go to the picture on Pinterest, they click on it, it leads somewhere else on the internet, which could be your blog, your YouTube channel, your website, your affiliate links, whatever website you want to link it to, okay? So that's kind of like the rundown of search engines for your business. But I recommend, like I already said, Pinterest, YouTube, podcasting, and blogging, which is your website. Hey Mark, how are you? So yeah. I was just like rereading the question again, which is on my parking ticket. Richie says, yes, repurposing is amazing. Make the content once and reuse portions of it for other platforms. Yes, and that's like, I am such a big believer on repurposing content, because like if you like, first of all, it's like you already make the content once, and somebody that follows you in a Facebook group probably doesn't follow you on Instagram. And if they do, that's amazing, but they probably don't follow you on YouTube. They probably don't follow you on LinkedIn. They probably don't follow you on Twitter, on Pinterest, on all the platforms. Or if they do, then that's amazing. But you can't like just think that just because somebody follows you in one place, that means they follow you everywhere else. And if they follow you, that means they absolutely love your content, so they're not going to care to see it in a different way, because you're not taking the same format of the content and you're repurposing it. You're tailoring it to the consumer, the end consumer psychology of the person on that platform. So what I mean by that is, when you go onto Pinterest, I'm not going to like pull this video and put it on the Pinterest, because Pinterest favors vertical images. So that, quite frankly, wouldn't make sense, because this is a horizontal video, and it's also a video. You need a Pinterest graphic in order to be seen on Pinterest. So what do you do when you repurpose content? You keep exactly what you say, and you just pull bits and pieces out of it, or you make the content usable on that platform so it sticks out. So I can pull quotes that I say out of this video, and I know which ones are sticking with you guys, because you're letting me know in the comments like what you like and what you don't like. And I can repurpose what I say throughout the video over on Twitter, or I can put on my Instagram story. Or I love doing the swipe up on my Instagram story. Like every time I do these live streams, I'll always like take a 15-second clip, and I'll be like, hey, I just did this training on XYZ, swipe up if you want to see it, like, and it leads them to my Facebook group. So don't ever be afraid to repurpose content, and don't be scared to do it, because I like see that a lot in the struggle part when I ask you guys what you're struggling with on social media, and it's like, there's so much that I need to do. I need to be on all the platforms, but it's so stressful. And it's like, it's actually not, if you just do one piece of long form content, which is best as video, and then you distribute it across all of your other social media channels. So I'm showing up for 15 to 20 minutes on a live stream, but it's only going to take me an extra 20 to 30 minutes to make content and disperse it to my other social media platforms. Like, I don't need to do another 15-minute live stream on Instagram. I don't need to do another 15-minute live stream on YouTube. I don't need to do another 15-minute live stream on LinkedIn, because that would honestly be so exhausting. So once you start like with the long form piece of content, like always go with the longest and then down, because then you can pick what parts you like the best, instead of starting with like maybe like a quote, and then you're kind of like, okay, well, what do I say about that? That's like working backwards. So always start with the longest form piece of content and then pull parts out that you liked from what you did. And then you can repurpose it across your social media channels. And you know which parts you're going to like best, because not only will you like it, but the people that are commenting also like it. Because they're going to tell you that they resonate with it, they like it, and they want, like, they feel you or whatever. And then when you get that comment or commentary back from them, you're like, okay, like, not only did I like it, they like it too. So then you can share those bits and pieces across all of your social media channels. So yeah, that's really all that I have to say for today. So if you guys have any questions while I wrap this up, let me know in the comments before I sign off. But just to like wrap it up, I'm so happy I wrote this question down today, because like, I don't know why, like some days like my brain just like isn't working and I forget like stuff really fast. I have a really bad short-term memory. So I'm so happy that I wrote this question down. But like I said, I wrote it on my parking ticket yesterday. I think the pizza owner guy called me on my car, which, you know, who knows, but so the question is, okay, so it's not a question. I wrote, if no one can search for you, no one can find you. If you want to build a legacy online with your online personal brand or your business, you need to be searchable. Because when people are looking for guest speakers, when they're looking for guest podcasts, when they're looking for anything online, yes, they can ask for referrals on Facebook and Instagram or whatever. But if they are looking for something fast, especially if it's somebody that's like not in this Facebook group's bubble that we're all like, you know, warped into, like there's like a whole lot of population out there, like billions of people that don't even know about Facebook groups, okay? Even if they're on Facebook, I know a lot of people that use Facebook, and I'll be like, oh, have you ever heard of this Facebook group? That one? And they're like, I'm not in Facebook groups. And I'm like, really? Like, I feel like Facebook groups, like everyone's in Facebook groups, right? And it's like, no, that is not true. Not a lot of people are in Facebook groups, okay? I was talking to this guy yesterday. He wanted me to do one-to-one consulting with him on his stem cell business. And I'm not taking one-to-one clients right now. And I was like, but you can ask for help in the ClickFunnels Facebook group. And he was like, I'm not in Facebook groups. And I was like, oh, okay. So anyways, I was like, it's just funny because I feel like when you get so warped into something, especially like Instagram, growing your following, or like Facebook groups, I gotta post every day to make sure people see me, It's like, why don't you make it easy for you and get like, just start posting your content on a search engine. So when people search for you on Google, your website is going to pop up. And guess what websites come in the form as? YouTube, Pinterest, podcasting is searchable, and your blog, which is on your website, okay? So my whole point of the matter with this is, instead of trying to beat the algorithm, why don't you try to start getting your website up and up and up on the search engine so you become #1 on the search engine? So when people that don't rely on Facebook groups for business actually need help and they go to the search engine to look for their answer, you could possibly be a part of the solution. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be the only one, because you're not, but why not make yourself a contender, right? If you have a website and your website is number 99 out of 100, it's probably like there's more results than that, but you get what I'm saying. If you're not on the first couple pages of a search in the website search, you're not searchable, okay? And when you're not searchable, it's not like, oh, I'm looking for this, unless they're looking for your specific name. They're highly unlikely not doing that unless you're already an industry leading expert, okay? So if you're not an industry leading expert and someone's looking for help, one, they're not searching for your name. They're searching for the solution to their problem. Remember, people don't care about you. They care about the solution to their problem. So when they go to the search engine and they type in what they need help with, they're going to go with the answer that is on the first page of Google, second page of Google, maybe the third page of Google if you're lucky. But the fact of the matter is if you only spend time in Facebook groups or Instagram, you don't have money to spend on advertising. You're not a social media celebrity yet. You don't have 10,000 followers on Instagram. You need to start focusing on making your content searchable. Because if you just rely on these time-based platforms that make you sweat for your money because they want you to pay to play in order to be seen, then your content isn't searchable. That's just it. Mary Lou says, congrats on your website and updating your link tree to your own. Oh, thank you, Mary Lou. Yeah, I updated my website today. It's officially KylieFrancis.com. I had it like mykajabi.com, even though I had KylieFrancis.com for a while. I was just like so busy like updating my course and like literally just trying to like get the ducks in the row that like I kind of like, you know, when you have a priority and you just like kind of keep pushing it off because it's tech based and you're like, oh, it's going to be harder. And it actually wasn't hard at all. It took me like 5 minutes to do. And now I'm like, oh shit, I should have like done that earlier. But yes, I updated my website to KylieFrancis.com. If any of you guys want to check it out, it's not perfect, but I'm a big believer that just getting it out there is better than waiting for everything to be perfect. So yes, thank you. I appreciate that. And then the Linktree comment was what I said earlier in this Facebook group where I went to like update, like, so my website and my courses are hosted on Kajabi, and it was Kylie-Francis.mykajabi.com, which is what I changed to KylieFrancis.com. And I went to change it on Linktree, and when I logged into Linktree, it was like, you only get one link for Instagram, make it count. And I was just like laughing to myself because I was like, I feel like, and this is kind of like what I already said before in this live stream, I feel like you guys don't realize how much like you're sabotaging yourself by like only allowing yourself to have one link, when there are so many more options out there for you to be seen and to grow your business or your brand, like on autopilot especially. Like, don't just like lock yourself down on one platform without knowing all of the other options available. Because when I saw that, it was like they just took the words right out of my mouth, which is like what I've been saying and preaching on all these live streams, where it's like, you literally only have one link on Instagram. And they're like, make it count. And it's like, yeah, you really do have to make it count when you really only have one chance. Okay? Which I compared it to Pinterest, because everyone knows that I'm like obsessed with Pinterest. I have 94,000 followers on Pinterest, and it's like I've been using it for a while. And on Pinterest, every time you post on Pinterest, it is a link, because it is an online billboard for your business. It's an online advertisement. You don't have to pay for it. Every picture is a link, and it's searchable. People search for what they want. They see the picture, they click on it, and then it takes them somewhere else on the internet. Whereas when you're on Instagram, you literally only have one link. You literally are like, you have to like tell people in your in the caption, and that's it, even if they want to stop scrolling, is like, hey, if you want to see this, like click the link in my bio, and then like all of a sudden goldfish brain kicks in, and then they stop doing what they were going to do. And yeah, sometimes you do click the link in the bio, but that's like by chance again. It was like what I said at the very beginning of this live stream, like everything is by chance. So, Mary Lou says, now you're inspiring me to create a landing page on my website instead of bloody Linktree. No, I actually have Linktree. I have Linktree in my Instagram bio. So what I was doing was I had my link, I had Kylie, or it said my website, and then the link was my Kajabi thing. So when I said I was changing the link, I was just changing the URL. I wasn't changing the link tree. So, but you can, and I've seen other people do this too, and this is actually another thing that's on my list, but it's definitely not a priority. It's like on like, it's like way at the bottom, is I've seen people create their own pages as a link tree, which is also great for your website because it boosts credibility on the search engine, because you're adding another link that directs to your website. So what people do is they'll create their, okay, so Mary Lou said this, you can create your own landing page and then make your own like link tree style buttons. So that is actually better for your website, because you're getting people to click on your website and not click on the link tree. But yeah, I'm sure that's like not priorities list. It's on my list, but it's not a priority. But I definitely need to do that. Okay, Mary Lou says, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, I didn't do that yet. I was just changing the links inside of my link tree, and then I saw that the homepage where it was like, you only get one link on Instagram, make it count. And I was like, yeah, you really do, and you better make it count because you only get one. So I don't know. My whole point with that was just make sure that you guys know to not put all your eggs in one basket. There are better options out there for you, especially if you are not paying for advertising, if you're not an Instagram celebrity, if you don't already have a social media following, and you don't have 10,000 followers. Because if you don't have the swipe up feature, you really only have one chance, okay? If you are only using Instagram, because your content is not searchable, okay? It's searchable in a hashtag, but because it's time sensitive, it does not last, okay? That's the whole point. Like, yes, hypothetically speaking, is your content actually searchable on Instagram and Facebook? Yes, hypothetically speaking. But where in the search is it? It's in the black hole, okay? It's not number one on Google. It's not number one on the top hashtags. And if it is, it's there for like, I don't know, max 24 hours. But that's it. It's time sensitive. That's what I meant by that. I didn't mean that it wasn't searchable forever. It's just the time, it's all time based. And because it's time based, it doesn't have time to go up in the search engine because no one can quite frankly look for it. Because when you post, it's like a ticking time bomb. The majority of you guys only have 30 minutes until it's dead. So that's what I meant by that. So, oh shit, I have to go. I didn't realize it was 11:49 already. My class starts in 10 minutes. I definitely ranted a long time today. So I am gonna go. My CrossFit class literally starts in 10 minutes, whatever. But I love chatting with you guys. I'm so happy you guys comment. So you guys definitely mean more to me than one measly CrossFit class. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Next week, I am going to be, well, on Tuesday, I'm going to Avalon, New Jersey for Memorial Day weekend. So I'm going to be at the beach all week. So I'm going to have live streams at the beach rants. And yeah, it's going to be so much fun. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend and I will see you guys Monday on the next live stream. Bye guys. Oops. Ah! Okay. Fail. Okay. Bye guys.